Welcome to another Explainer. Today, we're diving into a career that is literally the bedrock of human survival. We're talking about becoming a seed technologist. If you've ever wondered who actually designs the crops that keep our global population fed, or how you can combine a deep love for science with massive real-world agricultural impact, well, you're in the exact right place. Let's get right into it.
So, could you be the next pioneer of global agriculture? It's a huge question, right? But just think about Badrinarayan Ramulal Barwale. He's widely known as the father of seed technology in India, and his story is just mind-blowing. He started out trying to produce cheaper, better quality seeds for something as simple as ladies' fingers to boost crop yields in Maharashtra. And that grassroots work? It was so revolutionary that he ended up winning the World Food Prize in 1988. That's the sheer scale of global impact we're talking about here.
Okay, but what does a seed technologist actually do? Essentially, you're a highly skilled pro who improves the physical and genetic traits of seeds. You're involved in the entire life cycle of agricultural innovation. It starts with developing and evolving new varieties, and then you take those breakthroughs all the way through their official release, production, processing, certification, and even the complex science of how to store them properly. You are, for all intents and purposes, the architect of a plant's absolute potential. Now, to really thrive in this role, you get to bridge two very different but equally amazing worlds. You've got the hyper-precise, highly controlled environment of a science lab on one hand, and the hands-on, boots-in-the-dirt reality of agricultural fields on the other. It's this perfect dynamic blend of rigorous scientific research and tangible living growth. But it begs the question, what kind of personality really flourishes in this kind of setup?
Let's do a quick mental checklist to see if you're a natural fit. First off, do you have a deep, intrinsic interest in science? Check. Do you genuinely get a kick out of creating new things? Because remember, you're quite literally developing brand new crop varieties. You'll also need some pretty sharp analytical skills to evaluate all those physical and genetic traits we just mentioned. And finally, do you like working in teams? Taking a seed from a cool concept in a lab to a certified product that farmers actually plant, that takes a whole lot of collaboration.
If you're nodding along thinking, yep, that's me, let's talk about the game plan to actually get there. The educational blueprint is super straightforward. Step 1, you absolutely need to complete your 10+2 in the science stream. So that means physics, chemistry, and biology. After that, the road forks a bit. You could grab a bachelor's degree, a BSc, in agriculture, biotech, life sciences, or biology. Or you can level up even further by going straight from your bachelor's into a master's degree, an MSc, specifically focused on seed science and technology. But here's the catch. Getting into these highly specialized programs doesn't just happen overnight. You've got to clear some major national and state-level exams. Think of these as your crucial checkpoints. Depending on the exact route you take, you'll be gearing up to conquer exams like the ICAR AIEEA, GATE, or the CUET. In some cases, you might be looking at the NPAT, GSAT, or AgriSet. Nailing these exams is your ticket into the real training phase. And when it comes to that training, you have some genuinely incredible options spread all across India. If you're aiming for a government institute, you could be studying at heavy hitters like Banaras Hindu University in UP, the Indian Agricultural Research Institute in New Delhi, or Bidhan Chandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya over in West Bengal. More interested in the private sector? There are fantastic spots like Amity University in Noida or the Raisoni Group of Institutions in Nagpur. Just a quick pro tip though, if you do go private, always double check that they have full UGC affiliation before you hit apply. Now let's talk numbers, because obviously education costs money. Your estimated course fees are going to cast a pretty wide net. We're looking at anywhere from $15,000 to 225,000 Indian rupees. I know, that's a massive range. But that's because your costs will vary wildly depending on whether you secure a spot in a heavily subsidized government program or opt for a private institute. But hey, do not let those higher numbers scare you off. There is a hugely robust support system in place to help you out. First up, the National Scholarship Portal at scholarships.gov.in. It is absolutely loaded with central UGC and state schemes. Plus, tons of institutes offer their own merit-based scholarships. And if you need to look at loans, the Vidya Lakshmi portal is a total lifesaver. Also, if you happen to be in states like West Bengal, Odisha, or Bihar, definitely look into their student credit cards. They offer remarkably low interest rates so you can keep your brain focused on seed genetics, not just your bank account. Okay, flash forward. You've graduated, you've landed the job. What's your actual day-to-day going to look like? Well, you'll mostly be based in an office setup, but local travel is definitely part of the gig. Interestingly, you won't be managing a team. So if you're the kind of deep focus worker who loves just getting lost in scientific analysis without the headache of managing other people, this is a huge perk. It's a standard 5 to 6 days a week, roughly 8 to 9 hours a day. Oh, and I really want to highlight this. The sources note that there are excellent, highly accessible opportunities in this field for differently abled professionals, which is fantastic.
All right, let's talk about the payoff for all that hard work, because it's substantial. While these are just estimates, you can expect a monthly salary somewhere in the ballpark of 67,700 to 208,700 Indian rupees. That really reflects just how critical your expertise is to the entire agricultural sector. It's one of those rare careers that offers both massive global impact and incredibly solid financial stability.
So, where do you go from there? The career ladder here is super clear. Early on, you'll most likely kick things off as a seed or crop system specialist. But as you get your hands dirty, sometimes literally, and master those complex certification processes, you'll be on a direct path to becoming a seed or crop inspector. And that's a big deal. In that role, you're essentially the frontline guardian of agricultural quality. And the best part is, you aren't just stuck in one type of building for the rest of your career. Your highly specialized skills are like a master key that unlocks a ton of different doors. You could be making waves in the horticulture industry, working in specialized nurseries, doing cutting-edge research in plant breeding centers, or running advanced experiments in research labs. The environment is entirely up to where you want to take your expertise. So, we've walked through the traits you need, the exams to crush, the educational roadmap, and the serious earning potential. But I want to bring it all back to where we started, to pioneers like Barway. If one person can tweak the yield of a single vegetable and end up winning the World Food Prize, just imagine what you could accomplish. With a booming global population and a rapidly changing climate, the question isn't just when you'll start this journey, it's whose lives you're going to change with a single perfected seed. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.